What's up, fixers? Justin from FixMyPEV here, and it's been a little while since I posted a video. There's been a lot of stuff going on in life, and I think the last video went up in April of 2025. It was an update on the state of my life after the closure of my repair shop back in 2024 now. So it feels good to finally be back with an update. Today, I want to show you how to use the factory mode calibration guides on my website again. And I'll tell you more about why I'm saying again in a second. But we finally have a working Bluetooth low energy solution for iOS. For a long time, I was recommending the Weebler app because it used to work on iOS. The native browser, Safari, and even the third-party browsers like Google Chrome are not allowed to use web Bluetooth on iOS for some reason. So the Weebler app came in, and it worked great because it allowed websites to be accessed and to use Bluetooth, which is required for the factory mode calibration. At some random point, that developer pushed an update that ended up breaking the functionality. The Bluetooth device picker wouldn't pop up anymore. And after that, it just basically made my guides non-functional on iOS. So because of that, I ended up hiding the links to the guides on my website, and I even pulled the videos that reference this process on my YouTube channel. But the good news is I finally found a reliable replacement. It's called Bluefy, and it supports web Bluetooth properly, just like Weebler used to do. So in this video, I'm just going to show you exactly how to use it, and you're going to use the calibration tools built directly into the DIY guides here on my website. Just a quick compatibility overview before we start. I want to make sure you don't waste your time watching this whole video and then find out that you can't do what the video's explaining. But factory mode calibration works on the following models: Onewheel XR, all firmware versions, and then Onewheel Pint, Onewheel Pint X, Onewheel GT. Those are also compatible, but they have to be on Pre-Haptic Buzz firmware. So XR, all firmware, doesn't matter. Pint, Pint X, and GT, they have to be on Pre-Haptic Buzz firmware. If your board is running Haptic Buzz firmware, factory mode is going to be locked out. So if it's not an XR and it's running Haptic Buzz firmware, you are out of luck for now. And I say for now because if you do have a compatible board model that was updated to Haptic Buzz firmware, I offer a mail-in controller reprogramming service that will restore factory mode compatibility. So if that's something that you need, just reach out through the Contact Us form on my website, and I can point you in the right direction. It's literally right there in the menu, Contact Us. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the purpose of the video now. I will be demonstrating the iOS process, since that's where most people had issues before. Android and PC are a lot easier. Android works directly in its own native Google Chrome browser. And then PC also works, but you'll have to make sure that you have the Remove BLE Handshake Check firmware patch applied, since you can't really access the Onewheel app on PC. Now, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but if you're just going straight in with your browser, you just need to make sure that your board's not going to require the Bluetooth handshake before you get started. So today, I am demonstrating this process on a Onewheel Pint. I'm just going to show you what's happening on the board while we walk through the process on my website. And then everything that I'm doing will actually be done directly through the calibration guide here on the website. So first thing I want to do is go to the menu on FixMyPEV.com. That's where you'll want to navigate to. And then we're going to go to DIY. Then we're going to go to Onewheel. And then we're going to pick the compatible model. In this case, again, demonstrating on the Onewheel Pint. And then we're going to look for the Calibrate guide. So here's the guide. Just a little bit of an introduction here. The difficulty is very easy. This is something that even my girlfriend has done, and she's never done anything technical with a Onewheel. She was able to do this, and it actually took her less than 10 minutes. So I'm just being a little generous. That way you don't need to beat yourself up if you take 10 minutes. But this process is for people who have recently installed aftermarket rails or a replacement BMS. The aftermarket rails, if you look here, these are stock rails, and the controller is calibrated to be level with straight rails. If you were to put something like WTF rails, then you would be changing the angle of your controller, and that would create a nose down or nose low sensation when riding because the controller doesn't change its calibrated level position. So this is one thing that does. The other thing it does is if you ever get a replacement BMS or even just a replacement entire battery module with a new BMS in it, it's not automatically going to be paired to your controller. So this is something you can do on your own using the calibration tools. So just a quick note, if your board is under warranty at this time, it is possible that completing this process could render your existing warranty void or lead to refusal of non-warranty service at the discretion of Future Motion. That's just going to be up to them. If you're out of warranty, you don't really need to worry about that. This isn't changing any of the hardware, so it's not really something that I think is any type of major risk. I definitely wouldn't freely offer up the information if you need to send your board in for repair, but that said, do it at your own risk. It's not changing any of the form of the board, so just wanted to get that out of the way. We're going to jump into step one. You do want to open this guide in a mobile Bluetooth enabled browser for the purpose of this video. Since I said we're doing iOS, we do want to download the Bluefy app, and then I told you it does also work on Android and desktop with the notes that I mentioned earlier. So the Bluefy app, I'm going to go ahead and actually get this URL ready. And I'm just going to open this up. It'll take me to the store. I need to download this. I'm going to open it. Go ahead and allow it to find Bluetooth devices. I don't care about the notifications. And I'm going to go ahead and just paste the URL to the guide here in Bluefy. So now I'm in Bluefy, and it's serving as a browser. And we've already done step one. So step two, I'm going to go ahead and power on the Onewheel. Onewheel is powered on. Step three, open the Onewheel app and minimize it. Now, this is something you will not have to do if you have that Remove BLE Handshake Check patch applied. And I don't have it applied, but I am going to go ahead and open the Onewheel app anyway, just to show you the experience. It says, do not connect to the Onewheel via the Onewheel app, and do not close the app, simply minimize it. So we did that. Now we're going to connect to the Onewheel via the mobile browser. We're already in the mobile browser here in Bluefy. So it says it's necessary to pair the Onewheel to the mobile web Bluetooth browser. Click the connect button below to connect. Make sure you're not connected to your Onewheel via the Onewheel app or it will not show up in the device list. So I'm going to click connect. We're looking for OW and whatever your serial number is. This is it. I'm going to connect to it. So you can see the confirmation here, selected, connected to Onewheel. Step 5, connect to the Onewheel via the Onewheel app and minimize it. Do not close the app, simply minimize it and return to the guide in your mobile browser. So now I'm here, there's the Onewheel. Now I'm connected and I just minimize it. It's still in the background there. So on to step 6, complete the calibration process. Before completing the Hall effect sensor calibration, make sure your Onewheel's tire is elevated and able to spin freely. You can see I actually borrowed a couple of my girlfriend's dinner table chairs, and the tire is suspended freely in the middle. So if I want to do the Hall effect sensor calibration, I can do that, which I'll show you today. And then also before completing the BMS and level calibration, make sure your Onewheel is oriented at your preferred riding level. I have a level, so the board is going to be perfectly leveled. It's using straight rails, so this is easy. You can do the same thing with WTFs or any of the Tech Rails or any other aftermarket rails that you get. So now we can go ahead and click the buttons below in order to complete the calibration process. You will always have to enter factory mode, and when I press that, you're going to see here a green light. We got confirmation. You do not have to calibrate the Hall effect sensors, but you can. I have had this fix issues with motors that were acting up. I had somebody get a bunch of dirt inside of his motor. Somehow the screws on the motor cover were completely missing, and that was coming loose, and stuff got in there, messed things up. I had to run this calibration to fix that. So you don't always have to do this, but I'm going to do it for the purpose of the video, and you'll see exactly what happens. That motor should actually spin. And that's all there is to that part. I'm going to do this again because sometimes an error will occur. You're just going to want to ignore the error. It doesn't matter, but I want to see if I can get that to happen for you. I'm just going to tap Calibrate Hall Effect Sensors again. One more time. There it is. So if that happens to you, you can completely ignore that. It really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump to the Calibrate BMS Plus level. The reason it says Calibrate BMS Plus level is because it's not only pairing the BMS to the controller, it's also calibrating the level at the same time. So you always want to do this when your board is level, even if you've already done it before. So the board's level, I'm going to go ahead and click Calibrate BMS Plus level. There's our green light confirmation again. You can see it even took the error away. And then the final step here, power cycle the Onewheel. To power cycle the Onewheel, simply turn it off and back on. The ride mode and headlight status on/off may reset after completing the calibration process. They can be changed back manually at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and power cycle, turn it off, turn it back on. And at this time, the board is functional again. So I'm going to go ahead and close Bluefy because I want to show you what happens. I also want to turn on airplane mode because I don't want the board to try to download an update here. Something that's happening that I need to double check on Bluefy. I'm going to close. Just want to make sure that I'm not connected for any reason. Because it wasn't showing up. Is my Bluetooth off? My Bluetooth was off. I'm going to connect to the Pint. Since I've already connected before, it should connect without any issues. If it's not connecting and you're on airplane mode for any reason, go ahead and turn airplane mode off temporarily. But you can see the board is ready to go. You can see that it's showing that it's level. That's what that little indicator that looks like a ball with a line is. You can see it moves when I move the board. Turn our lights off and on. Enable simple stop. Disable simple stop. It reset to Pacific mode. I'm going to go back to what I like, which is Skyline. And we're back in business. So that's really all that it took. We're ready to go. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out through the Contact Us form that I mentioned. And yeah, Bluefy finally gives us a clean way to use the calibration tools again. So I'm thankful that I was able to get those back on the website. If you do find this helpful, then make sure to check out the rest of the DIY guides on my website. Check out more of the videos here on my YouTube channel. If you're new or have only accessed my information a few times, you might actually find some cool things that you can do. And just another follow-up too, if your board is running that Haptic Buzz firmware and you still want factory mode access, then reach out to me. I can help you configure your board to run that older firmware, and then that will allow you to do things like what I just showed you today. Anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, keep fixing.